Hi, Fred. Thanks
Hi, how
again
are
for
you?
having me over.
Thank you. Thank you
I'm
for coming.
excited for the opportunity to get your home in the market and get
Thank you.
sold.
Appreciate that.
Now, do you mind if I take a quick look at your home?
No, let me show you around.
You know, Fred, thank you so much for that, but I'd like to look at your home through the eyes of the buyer just the first time around. How about I meet you at the kitchen table when I'm done?
Okay, do you want something to drink?
I don't, thank you.
Okay,
Thanks,
you're
thanks for
welcome.
offering. Now, I promised over the phone that it would take 5 to 30 minutes of your time, so
Okay.
I'm gonna get started right away by asking you 3 real important questions, okay?
Okay.
Now, number 1, do you absolutely want to sell your home?
Yes.
You do? Okay. Number 2, will you price your home to sell, or are you looking to test the market and keep it there for a period
No,
of time?
we need to sell.
You need to sell, okay.
Yes.
And number 3, do you want me to handle the sale for you?
Possibly.
Possibly. Great. I'm excited about that. Now, at the end of my presentation tonight, one of 3 things is going to happen.
Okay.
Number 1, you're going to have the opportunity to list your home with me.
Okay.
Would that be great?
Possibly.
Good. Number 2, you decide not to list your home with me, and that's perfectly okay.
Okay.
And number 3, I may decide not to take the listing, and I want you to know that any of these 3 is perfectly fine.
Okay. Why wouldn't you take my listing?
That's a great question. I'm glad you asked. The market may not meet your expectations,
Okay.
or we may not agree on terms and conditions.
Okay. Sounds
Okay.
good.
All right. Now, we're going to quickly review the questions that I asked you over the phone.
Okay.
And you said you're moving to the Charter Oak area, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. And you're moving because you need to take your son into that school district.
Better schools.
Better schools, great. And you said you want to be there as soon as possible.
By
Yes.
April.
By April, okay, great. And we need to move that fast.
Definitely.
Yeah. And you want to price your home at $400,000, is
That's
that right?
correct.
Okay.
Yes.
You told me you owe $40,000, am I right?
Correct.
Okay. Now, you weren't planning on selling it yourself, were you?
No, not at all.
Okay, great. And you did say you wanted all your money out?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. Now, there's only 2 issues we need to look at tonight.
Okay.
It's important that you understand these are the only 2 issues in selling real estate today.
Okay.
Number 1 is your motivation. And we obviously know you have the motivation because your
Mhm.
son needs to get out to that school district as soon as possible, right?
Correct.
Okay. And number 2 is the price that we set on your home.
Okay.
Okay? Now, I have prepared what we call a comparative market analysis, or a CMA.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we call it in the industry. There's 2 parts to this research. Now, part 1 we call fantasy land. This is where homeowners would like to price their homes and sell, but it usually doesn't happen. Okay?
Okay.
And part 2 we call reality. This is where real estate agents like myself, along with motivated sellers like yourself,
Okay.
as a team, price the home and get it sold.
Mm.
Okay? So we're going to have to decide tonight where we're going to spend your time.
Great.
Okay?
Sounds good.
Now, the purpose of the comparative market analysis is to determine value in the eyes of a buyer.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how buyers determine value?
No, I'm not quite sure.
Okay. I'll briefly explain. Buyers determine value by comparison shopping.
Okay.
Okay? They look at the price of your home based on the features and benefits, and
Okay.
then they compare it to the features and benefits of other homes that
Mhm.
are in the area that have either sold recently
Mhm.
or are on the market.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense?
Perfect sense.
Okay, so for example, if you're going to purchase a new car and you go to dealership A,
Okay.
and here dealership A has it in the market for $40,000,
Okay.
and the savvy shopper that you are, you say, I'm going to go to dealership B
Okay.
and see that they have it for $40,000, but it has leather interior, has navigation system, and it's got those fancy cameras that everybody wants now, so you could look back when you're
Going in
backing up.
reverse.
Exactly.
Okay.
So which would be the better value?
The one with all the features.
Why do you think?
Well, because more features, you get more for your buck.
Exactly. So let's say the dealership A knocks 10,000 off, and it's on the market now for $30,000.
Mm-hmm.
Which would be a better value?
30,000.
And why is that?
Because I could add all those features for a fraction of the cost.
So you'll save $10,000 and do whatever you want with that money, right? Okay. So you can see that if you want to increase value, you need to either A, add more features and benefits,
Okay.
or B, lower the price. Make sense?
Makes sense.
Okay. So unless you're planning to add more features and benefits to your home,
No, not at this time.
not at this time, great. So price is the only issue.
Correct.
Okay, can I show you what I mean?
Sure.
You stop.
We had to stop at 7.
I know, but I was waiting for the camera to stop.
Oh, it stops by itself? No, I think you gotta stop.
Oh, you stopped it. I was like, okay, when do we stop?
Oh, there you go.
Oh,
Hi Maribel, thank you for having me over.
you're welcome. Come on in.
I'm excited about getting your home on the market and getting it sold.
Good, thank you.
Do you mind if I take a quick look around?
Sure, let me show you around.
You know, Maribel, I like to walk through and look at your home in the eyes of a buyer. Why don't we meet at the kitchen table?
Okay.
Great. You know, Maribel, you have a wonderful home.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I wrote down 3 real important questions for you.
Okay.
Do you absolutely have to sell your home?
Yes, we need to sell it.
Fantastic.
Mhm.
Will you price your home to sell, or do you want to keep it on the market for a long period of time?
No, we need to get it sold.
Great.
Mhm.
Do you want me to handle the sale for you?
You know, I don't know yet. I heard a lot of great things about you, but I'd like to see what you have to show me.
Excellent. Maribel, at the end of my presentation tonight,
Mhm.
one of 3 things is going to happen.
Okay.
1, you have the opportunity to list your home with me, or 2, you'll decide not to list your home with me,
Okay.
or 3, I'll decide not to take your listing, and any of those is fine.
Okay. Why wouldn't you take my listing?
That's an excellent question.
Uh-huh.
The market may not meet your expectations, or we may not be able to agree on terms and conditions. Fair
Okay.
enough?
Okay.
Great. Let's quickly take a moment and review the questions I asked you over the phone.
Okay.
You said you were moving to San Diego, right?
Yes.
You said you were moving because of a job transfer, is that right?
Mhm.
Great.
Promotion.
Awesome. You said you had to be there by April, correct?
Yes. 1st of April.
Okay. You would like to price your home at $400,000, right?
Yes.
And you said you owe $40,000, is that right?
Mhm.
Okay. Now, you were not planning on selling it yourself, were you?
No, not at all.
Terrific. You do need all your money out, correct?
Yes. We
Wonderful.
Need to buy another house.
Now, there are only 2 issues we have to look at tonight.
Okay.
Number 1, your motivation to sell your home,
Okay.
or number 2, the price we set on your home.
Okay.
It's important that you understand those are the only 2 issues in selling real estate today.
Okay.
Maribel, are we clear on that?
Mhm.
Awesome. I prepared what we call a comparative market analysis.
Okay.
There are 2 parts to this research.
Mhm.
Part 1 we call Fantasyland, what homeowners list homes for, or Part 2 we call Reality, what real estate agents list and sell homes for.
Okay.
We're gonna have to decide tonight where you're gonna spend your time.
Okay, good. Done?
Done? I wanna see it.